Всем привет, мои дорогие друзья, вы на канале Магарыча, и мы продолжаем проходить Вампюр. Пембрумская больница. Так. Тихо, блядь. Блять, я не туда зашел. Я зашел в ебаный морг опять. Надо выйти, сейчас выйти. О, черт, что я сделал? У нас же все правильно было по улице идти. Да нет. Состояние района здоровое, блядь. Здесь эти ублюдки ходят, а вы говорите, состояние здоровья здоровое, блядь. Да, конечно, нахуй. Так. Погнали. Че у нас по заданиям? Нахуй их, блядь, сделал. Так. Угу. Где? Блядь. Окей. Несем, отнесем, конечно. Надо изводить этих чертей отсюда, блядь. Как? Знаю, правда, как? О, блядь, сука. Блядь, надо здоровье прокачивать и выносливость. Сука. Сдохни, мразь. Хинин. Так, где у нас... Где, блядь, я еще метку поставил, сука. Блядь! Лишняя хрень. Так, стоп. Пардоньте. Где-то внизу. А где? Извините. Блять. А как мне вниз попасть? Прошу прощения. Ну ладно. Так, я на втором этаже. Запутаться можно в легкую вообще.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Suonsi, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Да. Ладно, посмотрим. Так. Мне бы вообще сейчас способности прокачать бы свои, было бы неплохо. И поспать. Может быть, даже что-нибудь сейчас качаем, может, изобретем. Сказать, попробуем. Ага, типа, чтобы я отсюда выходил и заходил. Угу, отлично.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
К сожалению, воды у меня нет, блядь. Вообще. Так, ладно. Посмотрим, что мы можем сделать. Неплохо. Блядь. Не можем. Хорошо. Ну все, тебе надо вкачиваться. Поспать, вкачаться. Пассивные навыки надо вкачивать, потому что, ну, они очень, блядь, полезны. Выносливость надо вкачать. По-любому. Выносливость, блядь, штука важная, пиздец. Очень важная штука, блядь. Так, теперь надо идти выполнять задание. Опять. Вот, сука, чего мешает перепрыгнуть? Я не понимаю. Просто что мешает, блядь, действительно? Нихуя же. Блять! На улицу что надо идти? Это кто?
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Suonsi has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Suonsi.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Suonsi has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
Охуенно, спасибо.
My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Suonsi has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Хорошо, давай.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Это правда?
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Suonsi has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Ага, спасибо. Опиум. Здесь человек, который не нужен по доп. Заданию, блядь.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Suonsi?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
Вы
You
шантажист?
seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Huh?
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation.
Блядь,
with
нет.
evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. war injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain.
Не, блядь, братан, извини, конечно. Но... Блядь. Ага. Они все внизу, да?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Rid. Dr. Suonsi has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
What can you...
Let me guess.
Понятно.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Я изменю.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Как, блядь, сотрудники, ёба народ.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Опа, подсказка есть, отлично.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Rid, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Suonsi has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Suonsi made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Suonsi's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Подсказок нет?
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Damn. А сотрудников?
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Suonsi has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Опа, отлично.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Понятно.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Отлично. Блять. Ясненько, понятненько.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Дороти Крейн где-то внизу. Блять, а где она? Там что ли, у этого? Здесь какая слежка.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Опа, слежечка пошла. Это Себастьян сделал. Понятно. Погнали. Получается. Канализация попла.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him.
Блять, суки эти там сидят. Ебать, там что-то нахуй происходит не очень хорошее. Пиздец, мне это не нравится. Вообще не нравится. Да, нихуёво ему. Бродячие искали. Оба, вкусно! Кровь. Кровь, кровь, кровь. Тихо. Все, нахуй. До свидания. Ага. Да мне не пройти. Бля, как тут вообще приседать нахуй? Управление. Охуенно, спасибо, что игра не на гейм. Здесь, может быть, нельзя приседать? Или что? Окей. Ублюдок. Да, блять. Сука ебаная. Сейчас тебя бегу нахуй. Все, сдох, подох. Обычная шипованная палец, да? 110 урон берем нахуй. Пись. Да в смысле, блядь? Блядь! Так вот, блядь. Нет, стоп. Как мне сделать так, чтобы я, блядь, мог в одну руку одно, в другую руку другое, блядь? Извините. Ну, блядь. Чё-то я, блядь, немного ним разберу. Блядь, чё за хуйня? Объяснит мне кто-нибудь, как это, блядь, использовать? Я ебаться долго буду с этой хуйней. Как мне... Блять, я просто не понимаю, как мне сделать так, чтобы... Блять, ладно, потом разберусь как-нибудь. Интернет нахуй, помощь, блять. Что там хуйня какая-то больше чувачка, блять. Ага. Где хуй? Так вот. Сосать. Все, блядь. Все, не задыхаешься больше? Чё ты, блядь, дурак? Успокойся.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reid, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Отлично.
Are you sure you're...
Yes.
Все, давай, дружище, пока. Я пошел дальше ебашиться.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Сдох, подох, блядь. Охуенно. Так, отлично. Ох, ёб твою мать. Помойное чудище? Ебать. Оборотень, что ли? Ой, хорошо, нахуй. Ебать. Матерь Божья. Ой, хорошо, нахуй. Сосать кровь! Блять! Ах ты ж сучара какой, а! Ой, хорошо, нахуй. Блять! Ёбаная выносливость, сука. Да, блять! Нет, нет, нет. Сосать! Сосать кровь!
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
Ебать.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Ладно. Погнали, получается, отсюда. Блядь, да нахуям! Не хотел жрать крысу, сука. Все, получается, выбираемся отсюда потихонечку. Ну что ж, на этом мы закончим, мои дорогие друзья. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки, ставьте комментарии, нажимайте колокольчик и всем пока.